Hey folks, this is Rob Forey, and this is my 2000 Jeep Cherokee Sport 4x4. It's got a 4-liter straight 6 in it. I'm using it to chase twisters, tornadoes, hurricanes, severe weather, you name it, here in Michigan and all over the place when I get an opportunity. I thought I would give you a quick tour of it, so stand by. I'm not quite sure how many horsepower this thing has, but it is a straight 6. It's pretty clean. I got it when I had about 135,000 miles on it. I got about 166 on it now. Got a brand new battery in it to support some of the electronics I'm running in the vehicle. I'll go over that in a second. Put a new brush guard on the front over the past winter. Looks like it needs an adjustment because the way the headlights are, but it still shows. Got room there to put a nice bar of fog lights in the front, hopefully some KCs here sometime soon. But it's a pretty good engine, doesn't burn any oil, gets relatively good gas mileage, trans is solid. Hoping going to drop either some Lucas trans conditioner in it pretty quick because the Grand Cherokee I had, I don't think I ever really changed the tranny fluid in it. And putting some Lucas in seemed to help it last longer. So anyway, that's the engine. Come around to the driver's side here, pop in, got Taz, looks pretty appropriate for what we're doing. Anyway, not a ton of room in here for chase equipment and whatnot, so you can see it's pretty tight. Only a skinny college kid can fit in here. Brett Crease and Brandon Kopic and guys like that could probably fit in here pretty good. I probably have got some more weight to lose. So anyway, using a Sanyo, just a standard little Sanyo camcorder. Actually works perfect plugging in right out of the USB right into the one of the USB ports are in the computer to do live streaming with for Chaser TV. Got a spot up here for my Illinois, Oklahoma, Kansas, you name it, tollway pass thingamajig that I've got stuck on some plexiglass. Great suggestion by Ben Holcomb. Got my USB coming in here for the GPS. Got it mounted over here so it's out of the way. Internet, you can see I'm using Malinicon. Tried to do some stuff with Verizon, but the UML 290 that I had just didn't work out, so I went back to the old standby. But I've got an antenna actually hooked up to it here, an external antenna. Hopefully help me with my signal when we get out and about. It's not a very good antenna, but it's hopefully going to do the job here for at least the upcoming trip. And for the computer, I've got an Asus. Can't remember exactly which model this is. Bought it last June. It's an A6 something, but it's stinking huge. Obviously, it takes up a lot of the room here in the front. Actually, if I get out, you can probably see it better. But that's the Asus. It's a good computer. It's really fast. It's quad core. It's got I believe an i7 processor in it. Super fast. You know, they've got some issues. I think Chris Heater's got one. He's had some trouble with a power plug, and I'm aware of that, and so are they. And hope we're going to do everything we can to not have issues with ours. But anyway, it's a good computer, and I'm running GR level 3 on it, as you can see here, hopefully. This is a thunderstorm going on here this afternoon near the Dodge City, Kansas radar. A bunch of chasers, as you can see, are out on it this afternoon, and people are live streaming, and good for them. Probably not something I would have gone out and chased setup-wise today. Just, I don't know, a lot of sin in the air, not in the air, but a lot of sin, or a capping inversion going on this afternoon. And these things, I don't know if these are surface-based or high-based or what, but anyway, maybe this is an area where the cap's eroded, and hopefully these things are starting to fire. I haven't had a chance to look at the visible satellite. So anyway, onward. This is the back seat. Obviously, got to put a couple of riders in here in the back. It's relatively clean. Not tons of room in it. There never is in little SUVs like this, but hopefully the young guys are in shape enough where they can stand having their knees put into their chest for 6 and 8 and 10 hours at a time. We'll stop for breaks and whatnot. But anyway, I got all my power stuff actually running from the front to the back here. You can see the convolute tubing. I've got the antenna wire and a couple of the power plugs actually running down here to a strip that I've got mounted to the kick plate on the inside of the or underneath the seat. And I'll show you what I got going here on the other side. And hopefully you can see this, but this is a Cobra. It's a 1500 watt inverter I've got actually wired underneath the seat. The seat actually, you can't move it back and forth. There's the clearance that was underneath it when I put it in just was too tight. And I figured, I'll keep the seat locked where it is all the way in the back position, and at least somebody can at least get their legs stretched all the way up. But anyway, it's 1500 watt inverter, got the single cord I've got actually running under a floor mat here, and going over to the power strip. Got plenty of power. I could run actually a couple more laptops in here, no problem. So when the guys come with us this next trip, if they want to check radar or do whatever, fart around looking at Facebook or whatever, they can do that here. So lots of power to spare. Yes, here's the passenger seat, passenger side of the vehicle. Relatively clean, got a little bit of rust going on the doors, but anyway, this is a good truck. I really like Jeeps. Although I'm really kind of in love with the Nissan Xterra. I don't know if that's because of Andy Gabrielson or I don't know, but Scott, I think Scott and Dave Lewison and Scott McPartland have one that they travel around. I like the Nissan, but I love the Jeep. The Jeep is a pretty good performing vehicle. But I just wanted to show you this side, what I got going on. I've got a Yaesu FT 8800 dual band ham radio. This is the bulkhead I've got. You can see it right there. It's got a gooseneck that actually mounts to the bottom of the RAM mount for the computer, and that actually runs to the back. And good radio. I've had it for a number of years at the advice of one of my ham buddies back in Jackson, Tennessee, Chris Brazel. And it's been a really good performer for me. And got it on the 146.550. And locally here, typically chat on 145, 130. And then the 146, I forgot, it's the Howell repeater. But anyway, a lot of good hams in the area to talk with. And certainly the Skywarn programs down here are pretty cool too. So anyway, thought you ought to see that. Just kind of looking at the Jeep here, and tell I'm a Michigan fan. And got the old Chaser TV thing, vanity plate. And then, pardon the mess back here. I got to clean it back up. But anyway, that's where I got the radio mounted, kind of in a cubby hole there. Keeps the space freed up when we can have it cleaned up here for some bags and stuff. So sleeping bags, duffel bags, whatever guys put their stuff in and sleep in. This is where we're going to stick it hopefully this week when we chase. And anyway, that's my Jeep Cherokee Sport 4x4. Hope you enjoyed the tour. It's a good vehicle. Had it about a year. Had it chasing a few times, but going to take it out for the first time this week to Tornado Alley, and hopefully see some things. Hopefully not devastating looking things. Oh yeah, one thing else I wanted to mention here. I've got a tri-band antenna on it as well for the ham radio action here. That's a Super Gainer SG 7900. It's an A. It's an NMO mount. It's a diamond antenna. Great antenna. It actually flexes pretty good too. So I've actually hit a couple of those little overhang things when you run it through a drive-through at McDonald's or Burger King. It hasn't tore it up, so that's a good thing. Had to mount it like that. The antenna is just too stinking big for a mag mount on top. And speaking of that, I've got a mag mount antenna here. This is a Max Signal. I think it's a 5 dBi gain antenna. I got it basically, running through the luggage rack here and into the vehicle. It actually runs directly up to the Malinicon, the USB 760 that I have that gets my internet. So I had it actually hooked up to the Max Signal I've got a Rockies amplifier that's actually underneath the back seat here, but unfortunately, Max Signal products they suck pretty bad, and I don't know if it's because I didn't take it inside over the winter time, which probably is the truth. It's an electronics gadget, so I had it out here pretty much all winter, and you know what Michigan winters can do on electronics. But anyway, so it basically died, so I don't have any kind of amplification going on. I may end up putting a Wilson amp underneath it, but I'll remember next time to take it out of the back seat for the winter and bring it inside with me. So anyway, hopefully y'all enjoyed the tour, and we'll see y'all next time. Take care.